Hi YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer Evelyn. Now we're going to be reviewing another K-drama series that's come out. It has 10 episodes and each episode is relatively shorter than the standard format of about an hour 10 minutes. So this new K-drama is called High Cookie. Now I have my reservations about watching this show because I'm not really into the high school drama aspect. Well, more like the term high cookie is basically a series of an analogy of high school students when they go through difficulties that sometimes they have to resort to illegal things, illegal activities. So the premise of the show is there's two sisters. First sister is Cho Soo-young. She works as a temporary worker in a factory, and then she has her sister of Cho Min-young. She got a scholarship in a very prestigious private school, and the basis of the show High Cookie is there's some dealings going on that if you eat this particular cookie, it's basically like taking LSD or magic mushrooms. All your deepest desires, you see it there and you feel more motivated. So I know Korea stands with drugs and stuff like that because of course they make the exaggeration about this particular fictional cookie. So Cho Min-young, she goes around with a mask, and we find out in the episode that she has a large scar running across the bridge of her nose, and we don't know what the heck happened to her. And we get the idea that she's there pushing these cookies to other students and getting money from there, because both sisters, they're poor. We found out in the other episodes that they suffered tremendous domestic violence from their father, and their dad was the one that gave Cho Min-young the scar over her face, leaving her permanently scarred. And I don't want to say she looks disfigured, but of course it's distracting, a constant reminder of a terrible day. Now, the older sister of Cho Soo-young, we get the sense that a little bit more slower in her reactions and her uptake. And we can kind of see that the younger sister has always been there trying to protect her older one. But at the same time, we see Cho Min-young's kind of anger of her situation being almost in poverty of her sister, and the fact that she has to look after more her sister than her sister looking after her. But that doesn't mean that the older sister completely doesn't know what the heck is going on. She's trying her best and trying to also bring money and food to the table. So throughout the first episode, Cho Min-young is getting settled into the new private school, but the other girls, typical high school drama, they're really bitchy, and they know that she came on a special scholarship. The part where she's in the room and she's sharing a room with other girls there and they don't want her there. So Cho Min-young goes and says, okay, I'll pay you, let's say for example £100 a piece or $100, and even the girl says, how are you sure you should be giving us this money even though that you're on welfare? And that leaves her stunned. So as the episode progresses, we find out that this school, private school, is really shady. The headmaster, or God knows what's his role there, of Yoo Sung-pil, he has a conference with all the parents saying, no matter what happens, we will help your kids to be successful at any means possible. So there's the understanding that the high school principal does shady business just to achieve the goal of these students to go to their desired university. Because we do have, I'm going to jump back and forward at the beginning, a representation of the stress that these Korean students suffer. It's a well-known fact that the hardest places to go up educationally is Japan, China, Korea, because the amount of stress that they put on the students, on the people of perfection. I understand the idea of working hard, but to go to unrealistic lengths for perfection is not reasonable. We're all human at the end of the day. Because at the beginning of the episode, we have a young boy in a test with other students, and we can see he's in so much stress that he starts to have a nosebleed. And even though afterwards he did have enough time to finish the test, and the teacher goes and says, okay, everybody put your hands on your head. And I'm thinking, Jesus, they don't trust them whatsoever. But anyway, that's their protocol. So afterwards, we see the boy on the roof, and we can clearly tell that looks like he wants to jump. But then a mysterious young girl in a short haircut appears and offers him a cookie to eat, and then we can see the effects. This supposed high cookie, it's basically I don't know, acid, LSD, MDMA, all the hallucinogenics. So as the episode progresses, one of the girls that was bitchy to Cho Min-young, she ends up going into the bathroom after their notification with her, and this bitchy, high school girl screams out, runs out from the bathroom, and Cho Min-young is like, what the heck is going on? So she goes in and she finds another girl had overdosed on these cookies that ate all 4 of them. So she died of a heart attack, and the way the people dying from this cookie, they die with a smile on their face. Kind of reminds me of Joker and the laughing gas from Batman. That kind of reminded me of that. And Cho Min-young is there like frightened because she has connection with this. We can understand that she doesn't make the cookies, but she's another dealer. So she quickly takes the evidence of the cookies on the floor and then wipes the poor girl's mouth of the crumbs before the police come in, and we can really see things heating up. So Cho Min-young goes back to live with her sister for a bit because I'm not sure if the dormitorium has some like real plumbing issues or just the fact that she wanted to distance herself a little bit. And then we see the interaction between both sisters, and we can really tell that Cho Min-young has those certain resentments against her sister, but at the same time she wants to protect her older sister. So as they're having a communication, like the older sister goes in seeing her younger sister studying, but then she starts asking these very important questions. How in the world did you get a new iPad, the latest model? And then the younger sister starts sprouting some rubbish, saying that this was part of the scholarship, X, Y, and Z. But since the sister has a little bit slow, I don't want to say slow, but you get what I mean. If you've seen this series so far, you understand that the sister has some understanding issues. So she feels that there's something dodgy going on, but she believes her younger sister to the word. Because I think as well, we see in episode 2 that she probably feels guilty for not helping her sister before she got attacked by their dad, even though she was abused as well. So the very main point of this series is the relationship between 2 sisters, to see how far they're willing to help each other to get out of their tough situation. So she goes in to Cho Min-young's room, they start having a talk, and then the older sister, out of the goodness of her heart, says, okay, let me iron your uniform. So she starts ironing the uniform, and then she sees in the jacket, this kit, all these cookies. So she throws one that had one bite in the bin, and she takes the other one with her. She was going to take it out and put it in the bin, but she receives a phone call from her boss. We find out that the boss from this factory that she's working is real sleazy. He wants to sleep with the workers and under the guise of giving them a permanent position in the factory. So they have that awkward exchange afterwards, and the older sister goes and gives the boss the cookie, and he eats it. And then we have the ending on which the boss of the factory gets crazy and starts foaming at the mouth, having hallucinations of seeing all his female workers in lingerie underwear, and he gets carted off to the hospital. And in that moment, the older sister goes and says to the younger one, what the heck was in that cookie? And then the sister makes some really ridiculous excuse that, I had a boyfriend, and this cookie was from him, I'm keeping it safe. And then she starts fake crying. So I've seen episode 2 and 3. Around, I think, episode 2, we get introduced to this actress. You probably recognize her, that she's the auntie Imu, and we can see maybe she's the head drug dealing, and this other boy that's the grandson, I think, of the owner of the private school, that he's in on it. So the big mystery is who's the one who made this supposed drug-laced cookie, and now the younger sister, by all means, she has been involved in two deaths. One was out of her hands. We can say that, of course, when you start dealing drugs of a certain kind, there's always going to be a chance of people overdosing on this. And the second one was the young girl, the one that was going to confess to giving all the cookies to the other girl, that she went and murdered her. So I don't see a good ending for the younger sister, unless something miraculous happens and it gets explained, because she's not in the right either. Anyway, this is the end of the video. You let me know what you think and leave your comments down below. As I leave you always, stay safe, take care, bye!